This is my new dump truck. It's a Ford F-350. It's going to be a project truck. We got a lot of stuff to do to it. Not a lot, but as you can see, the box needs fixed, the dump box. Everything's in pretty good shape. It's not doing too bad, but this is something I'm going to end up working pretty hard. So let's get started on working on it. Okay, I've looked under the hood previous to this, and I found something that needs attention right away. And that is these batteries. As you can see, there's corrosion on them, and we're going to take care of that right now. I really don't know how this thing started and ran as good as it did. I mean, you can see the corrosion there. And it's the same on the other side, so this does need taken care of right now. Now that doesn't look bad at all. So we'll continue cleaning this up and get it done. And then we'll disconnect the ground over there right now. I had an old one of these, and I popped it out of there and put it on my electric drill. So let's see how this works. Wipe the top of this off real good. This is the stuff I have found to be almost can't go without. It's called Penetrox, and it's an electrical application. Keeps that corrosion that was on these from happening, and it also keeps that real, it's almost like a coating that gets on there that's like clear. And a lot of times, if you even don't have the corrosion, a lot of times you'll get that clear coating. It's almost like a shellac, and that'll stop the starter from loading up too. So this stuff is awesome. It's just awesome. So we'll get this on here. Tried and true screwdriver. And I put this all over everything. And I will work it in with my gloves and sacrifice them. I've had this on batteries for 10 years. Never had a battery fail until the battery decided it would fail. And it's cheap. $6 a bottle or less. A lot of times you'll get corrosion right up where the wire comes into the battery terminal connector. And I always sop them up real well too. Tightened up. We'll leave the negative off on this side and go over and work on the other side. Penetrox everywhere. And I'll guarantee you that will never corrode like that again. Not ever. Doesn't look too bad, but I'll get my drill on that one too. All right, let's go to the other side. Okay, working on the other side here. Drill and work on it right here. outside's next. Okay, before we put our tools all away, let's see if our hard work paid off. And make sure this puppy fires. Problem is fixed. I wish they had these boots for the negatives. I think they do. I know on some of my Kubota machines they have that. So I'm going to try and get that for this truck. Just because when you get under here to work on anything, you always wipe this stuff off on you unless you can keep them covered like these are. So let's see what we got. All right. There's other things to fix, and we'll get to all of it. Now, I've done a couple things back here. This tail light here was not put in right, and this had sunk back in and was falling out. So I worked on that and got that done. And for some reason, they had the license plate up here instead of down here where it's supposed to be, with this light under here shining down on it. I don't like these lights. These things are junk. These work, but I'm going to replace them with lights more like these with the rubber grommets on them, because these don't tend to rust like the other ones do. But all the lights work on it for now, so I guess we're set. The other thing that needs done on this truck that I probably won't do, but will have someone else do, a good friend of mine, is these cab corners are no good. We're going to have to replace those, and probably the door panels from like here down maybe. And the rocker on this side is pretty rusty, and it's got a hole there. So we're going to have those replaced, the rocker panels. And the other thing that's going to have to be done is under here. There's a cross member that is bad. I don't know if you can see that. I'll get a light in there. We'll be changing that. So there's a lot more to do here. So bear with me. Okay, in order to haul my tilt bed trailer. That's a 2-inch ball that's on there, and I need to put a 2 5/16 ball on. So let's do that. In order to get my pintle to work, there's a sleeve down in here that I need to drive out. I do not think that's a sleeve now. I think it was a machine deal. Well, I think it's time for a new pintle. It's still got plenty of thickness. So now we got to find a pintle that'll take a 2 5/16 ball with the same bolt pattern and bolt her back on there. All right, this is the new pintle hook here, and this is the old one. And you can see the difference in girth and size. Why anybody, in my opinion, would put an 1 7/8 ball and pintle on a 1-ton dump truck is beyond me. This ball came with it. It's not the right size. So we're going to change that now. Had to break out the 3/4 drive stuff. This nut's too big. My vise is too small. That's a 2-inch, but it looks like the same shaft size as my 2 5/8. I hope so. And I am. Perfect. Now let's make sure our pintle works. Yep. Just in case I ever need that. But most of the time, unless I buy a bigger trailer at some point, I'll be using this 2 5/16 ball to haul my tilt bed. Now, over here, there's 3 separate places where this can bolt. It can bolt here, it can bolt here, or it can bolt here. So what I'm going to do is take the dump over to my trailer and set it up for the right height so I don't have to adjust my trailer for each truck. So everything's right. When I hook up my new pickup to it, I can haul with it. When I hook up this to it, I can haul with it. So that's the next step. Let's go put her on. But while I'm here, I'm gonna hook up the lights, see if they work. Because if they don't, I'm gonna have to run a whole new loom all the way up front. Alright, as you can see, the flashers are working on both sides. So that means the turn signals and the brake lights are fine. So let's turn on the parking lights. I got light on for my license plate. Everything works back here. I got 2 lights out here. This is probably the trailer. Yep. So I'll have to deal with that at some point. These are all working. Probably gonna have to do some soldering. That one's working. So they're all working. So the truck is okay. So let's go put the pintle on, and we'll bring it over and hook it up and see how it works. In case I ever have to get these off, I'm gonna never seize them. The nuts I'm going to use in the back are aircraft nuts, so they won't need lock washers. like always, never tighten anything up till you get everything started. She's on. We know it fits the trailer. We know this is going to be the right height for the trailer because they're both going to come like this, and as soon as you put weight on the truck, it's going to level it right out. This is going to be the perfect height for this, for my tilt bed. We know the lights work here. We know all that's good. The only thing we don't know is whether the brakes work. It's got a brake controller in it. And I don't know if this brake controller works on this truck or not. But I know this is never going to come out because, as you can see, this is 1/2-inch steel. There's some rust scale on the inside of it, but it's 1/2-inch steel. And it's welded directly to the frame on both sides. So, safety chain hooks, we're set to go. All we need to know is that the brakes work. So we need to take it out and hook it up and take it out for a spin. As part of this project, I used a new set of tools that my buddy picked up for me. He got them on closeout. And he got a ripping deal on these. This is a 3/4 inch set. It's got a 3/4 inch ratchet. It's got a 3/4 inch breaker bar. And 3/4 inch sockets. Perfect. Thanks for watching.